Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So this question is related to the difference between jinn possession and mental issue. So in this case, this family is asking about a member of the family who has been diagnosed with schizophrenia, but then that family member is exhibiting strange behavior, and they think that it could be possession by jinn. How can they distinguish between the two?
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam, rasulillah. That's a very good question, because I have noticed a lot of people mix between the mental health issues and sometimes physical, like diseases,
Yes.
and the issue of being possessed with jinn or magic done to the person or evil eye or thing of that nature. And I want to say, first of all, when somebody has a multiple personality disorder, will exhibit strange behavior. It's a normal thing. When somebody have uncontrolled, for example, reactions, they will start moving their hands and like their heads, or or things that's not a normal behavior. So that does not take me right away that this is a jinn possession. Okay. It has to be somewhere where if it is diagnosed, and it is officially diagnosed this way, we understand what is the problem is, and we start dealing with it. Right. I have 2 points here. Number one, can these kind of diseases and other diseases caused by jinn?
Can they be caused by jinn?
Possible. I can confirm, and I cannot not. In Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, in some ahadith, he mentioned that the ta'un plagues caused by the jinn, in some of the ahadith. So we know that they put this, like, that's why the Prophet also said, cover the utilities, the jinn will not be able to uncover it. Can they cause harm, physical harm? Yes, it is possible. Okay, so, but if they cause this damage to you, or they cause this imbalance, or they cause this damage in your brain or in your muscles and ability to move your hand, that's possible. Yes, it is possible. Like, when they do this damage, how can you reverse this? You reverse this by balancing again the chemical in your brain, taking the medication, and fixing the problem in the nerve by surgery or whatever, and a person can go back to normal. That's possible. For example, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said the hadith about the bleeding of the woman, rakda min rakadat shaitan. So we know that the extra bleeding that the woman might experience can be caused by the jinn as well, because they hate humans. They would like to harm, and I talk about jinn, the shayateen, the disbelievers among them. So they might harm the person. So that's possible. But is every mental health issues, everything caused by jinn? No. It is rare, but it is possible for me that this happens. And the way to cure this is by going to the route of medications and treatment, and also by going to the issue of ruqya, which is part of our religion and part of the teaching of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, mentioned in the Quran, mentioned in the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. Nothing was but a ruqya. It was a ruqya to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Jibreel taught him how to protect himself by reading that. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to make ruqya to his children, grandchildren. Al-Hasan al-Hussein, أُعِيذُكُمَا بِكَلِمَاتِ اللَّهِ التَّامَّاتِ مِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ, when he is resident and when he's traveling, sallallahu alaihi wasallam as well. And the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked about ruqya. He said, "Urqu, lakin la tarqu illa بكتاب الله," using the Quran, using the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لا بأس بالرقية ما لم تكن شركا, as long as there is no shirk, no associating other with Allah, no praying to jinn, no praying to using like unknown words and names and stuff like that, it will be allowed. So in this case, we say to the person, that's fine, you can have you're you do the ruqya. What is the ruqya? To read Al-Fatiha, قل أعوذ بالفلق, قل أعوذ برب
Ayatul
الناس,
Kursi.
Ayatul Kursi, the last two verses in Surah Al-Baqarah. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء والسميع العليم أعيذك بكلمات الله التامات. These ahadith that comes in the dua in Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the morning adhkar, the night adhkar, okay? And the most powerful ruqya ever is Al-Fatiha.
Exactly.
Alhamdulillah. The most part, a lot of people go to a long list of
It's a
things.
shifa.
Nabi Sallallahu قال إنها شفاء. والصحابة use it as a ruqya, and the Nabi Sallallahu approved it. And he said, I wish that I have a share with you, you know, for the reward that they get for doing this ruqya for the man who was sick when they were traveling and passed by a tribe. Anyway, going back to the point, so question. We as Muslims, aren't we supposed to do the morning and the night adhkar anyway?
Yeah.
We as Muslims, we're supposed to do the ruqya because the ruqya is not about healing, it's about protecting too. So regardless if I have something wrong with me or not. So I should do the ruqya, Kahari should do the ruqya, Shaykh Ibrahim should do a ruqya, my daughter should be a ruqya. It doesn't matter what happening to them. So we do that anyway. So I say, well, somebody have this, you should do the ruqya for them. They should do it for themselves if they can. Okay, and you do it for them if they cannot. And in this case, if it is a jinn or caused by the jinn, Al-Quran is a healer. And if it's not caused by the jinn, Al-Quran is still a healer. And the ruqya is a form of dua and it's a healing. So
heals.
you win-win situation.
It heals the spirit, the heart, and the body.
And the body.
Yes.
So you're not going to lose anything. And that's what you're supposed to be doing anyway. But what I'm worried about, that some people get into the idea of it is jinn, it is possession, and go into a cycle, and a very dark cycle. And I mean by dark, because they're never going to be finding an answer if it's truly possession or not. Is it really caused by jinn or not? You will never be able to do that. You know, and you will be all, maybe it's hasad, maybe it's jinn. So what happens, sometimes it's block you from seeing the cause that you can identify and you can treat.
Exactly, right.
So I say in any way you have to do the adhkar, in any way you have to make the dua, anyway you have to make the ruqya, and at the same time seek the professional help from people who specialize in this area.
Right.
So we don't need to deny the influence or the jinn ability to harm, and we don't need to dismiss science and treatment as well, especially when it comes to mental health issues. Yes, there is certain cases can be clear case of possession of jinn, you know, where you can identify that clearly by signs and by evidence that it is clear. You know, for example, something I have seen, when a person is possessed with jinn, and the person reading with him, then he said, if they're speaking voices, people can make voices even there is no jinn in them, can make up this.
Right. Yeah.
So when he said, if you truly a jinn, I want you to knock that box over there or bottle of water over there, which is far away, like in a room like this.
Yeah.
And he knocked it. You know that this jinn, because this cannot happen just, there's no earthquake. They were not in LA or San Francisco. You know, this is not like a wind. This is, I just knock it. You know, I know this is not something normal. Or tells things that is absolutely not normal. Sometimes also, something sometimes I do, I will take 2 bottles of water like this. One of them I will read Quran on it, and one not. Okay, I will not tell the person. I'll ask them to drink. He will never touch the water that has the Quran. Offer to him, no. And if he drink it, he will throw up. If he possessed with jinn. So these kind of very clear sign that this is here, not the normal things we're dealing with. But I want to say also, some people hear and read and look on YouTube a lot about water, the Quran and it, how it react. So psychologically, if they know that this has water with Quran, psychologically, and they start acting like this. So it's funny. It's one time, one time I did this, and the lady said, "Oh, my stomach! I want to throw. I'm gonna go to the bathroom." And I said, just for the record, it's not true that this water has Quran in it. I just was testing you to see if you're psychologically making this up or not.
Mhm.
And it was true, just regular water.
Yeah.
But psychologically, she just feel that way and she acted this way.
Mhm.
And she was kind of, was that right, Sheikh? I said, yeah. I just want to show you how much you
Right.
believe in this stuff that you convince yourself, and you became actually sick.
Yeah.
So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for those who have somebody with a mental health issues, because this is like so hard to deal with. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for everybody. And also those who suffer from jinn and suffer from sihr, may Allah protect all of us and our family, because these are very hard things to deal with, because you're dealing with something you really don't know much about, you don't have much control over it. But I want to end with this. I want to make sure that you understand this. The power of the Quran, the power of Iman, the power of Dua is much, much, much bigger, stronger than the power of the shaitan, the power of the virus, the power of the sickness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has His wisdom and has His reasons. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us sabr and give shifa to all those who are suffering.
Ameen. Barakallah feek, Shaykh. Jazakallah khair.